I was like, maybe I can speed run it. Okay.
So welcome to the Iris genus. I'm Ava.
And I'm Kate.
So irises are grown from both bulbs and rhizomes. They are known as the largest genus in the Iridaceae family, with over 300 recognized species worldwide. They're really distinct because they have 3 petals and 3 sepals, which kind of creates a 2-layered look. They are perennial and most likely to recognize them from the clumps of blade-like leaves.
So general requirements, they prefer well-drained soil. They like slightly acidic soil, so 6.5 to 6.8 pH. They grow in zones 3 to 12, and then they bloom anywhere from late winter to summer, and some varieties like marshy soil or even standing water.
So here is kind of a map of the iris genus. It kind of shows you where it divides into bulbs and into rhizomes, and the kinds and yep.
So this is bulb irises. So they include Juno, Reticulata, and Xyphum species. Some of the most common species found are bulb irises, and then they need to be planted at least 4 inches deep.
So here's kind of some of the examples. In the top left, you have a Dutch iris, and then in the bottom, the Reticulata iris, which is kind of a form of dwarf iris, and then to the right, an English iris.
So these are rhizome irises. They include the bearded, the beardless, and the crested species. Some of them, these are some of the most extravagant colors and bloom patterns in the iris genus. And when you plant them, the rhizome needs to be exposed to the sun with the roots underground.
So here's some more examples. On the left there, you have a crested iris. This black one is a bearded iris. Then you have a beardless iris. You can kind of see how it loses its frills. And then the aerial iris, which is famous for its kind of like patterns and color.
So this is a bearded iris. So it's derived from the German iris, zone 3 to 9. It's native to southern Europe and Mediterranean. There's 6 groups based off of size and flowering time. The mini dwarf bearded, the standard dwarf bearded, the intermediate bearded, the border bearded, the mini tall bearded, and the tall bearded.
So beardless are native to Asia, Europe, and North America. They're more tolerant of water, which means they enjoy bogs, marshes, and standing water. They're hardy from zones 4 to 9 and are commonly seen in the States. They're divided into Louisiana, Japanese, Pacific Coast, spurious, Siberian, and native species.
This is the aerial iris. It's native to arid and semi-arid regions of the Northeast. It prefers the dry heat, the full sun, and it's pretty fussy for an iris. It likes zone 7 to 12 and may or may not have beards, but it is more known for extravagant colors.
So kind of some fun facts about the iris. It is the Tennessee state flower. No specific kind of variety, just Tennessee.
It's also the February birth month flower.
So it's also inspiration for the fleur-de-lis, which is a symbol of French royalty, but is also more commonly known on the Virgin Mary, which symbolizes like purity, and then like the U.S. military and the Boy Scouts.
Mm-hmm. They come in all colors, including blue, which kind of makes sense because iris actually means rainbow.
So in Egypt, they used to symbolize essence and the renewal of life, whereas in Greece,
there is a story about in Greek mythology, when the gods wanted to communicate with mortals on Earth, they sent a messenger, and the messenger was a goddess who traveled to Earth on a rainbow. Legend has it that whenever this goddess set foot on Earth, colorful flowers sprung up, and the goddess was called Iris, as are the flowers. Our favorite, I love this. So toxicity. So the roots, sap, seeds have low toxicity. So that means if you eat them, it may cause nausea and vomiting.
So there's also contact dermatitis associated with irises when touching the seeds, rootstock, and the sap. So don't touch them too long.
Yes. And some varieties, I assume, are worse than others. And then kind of going along with that. So in the rhizome irises, they are higher concentration of toxicity rather than the bulbs.
So They have been used in like traditional medicines, like to kind of flush the body to treat inflammation, viruses, and bacteria, as well as like using as a laxative. So nowadays, it kind of makes sense that they're used to almost purge the liver.
Yeah. And also because it's toxic, it is deer resistant and rabbit resistant. So if you really need to stop them from eating your stuff, they're